Hi, it's Jonathan from Behind the Build, and I wanted to make you aware of a change. What you'll see in the title of the releases is Behind the Build AD and Behind the Build ID. Behind the Build AD is architectural design. Anything associated with architectural design will be released on Mondays. Behind the Build ID is interior design. Anything to do with interior design and its consultants will be released on Thursdays. I would ask kindly that as you hear this, if you could, to find the rating system in the format that you listen and consume Behind the Build, and please give it 5 stars. It helps us with overall engagement and visibility with a new audience. With that said, please enjoy today's episode. Welcome to Behind the Build. I'm your host, Jonathan Jacobs. And today I've got with me someone who's slightly nervous, but also we've talked about this. And so she's super excited. We had a chat last week. We've actually met a number of times in the past through one of our past sponsors, Lutron, and she runs an incredible studio alongside her husband. They're based out of Oakville. They do work all over the GTA. She's exceptional. She's really great. And you've already read the title in the script, so you already know who she is, but I'll introduce her now, and her name is Goli Basiri. Before we get into Goli's story, I want to talk about something that's going to come up again and again in this conversation. Family, home, and what happens inside the spaces that are designed. You're going to hear Goli talk about her grandparents' home. You're going to hear her talk about climbing trees with her sister, about family gathering, about emotion in space. And when we talk about the heart of a home, it always comes back to one place: the kitchen. The kitchen is where you feel the pulse of a home. It's where you smell it. It's where conversations unfold at the end of a long week. It's birthdays, anniversaries, late nights, early mornings. It's connection. And none of that works without products that are built to last. That's why I value Kaplan's appliances. They represent generations of integrity in this industry, internationally respected brands, resilient products, but more importantly, real relationships. They understand architects, interior designers, builders, and homeowners. They know how complex appliance decisions can be, especially when you're trying to create a space that will hold decades of memories. When you walk into Kaplan's, you're not just selecting appliances. You're choosing the tools that will shape your family's rituals. And you're doing it with a company that has built its reputation on trust, knowledge, and care for the community. So as you listen to this conversation about family, legacy, and the emotional impact of space, remember, the kitchen isn't just cabinetry and countertops. It's where life happens. And having the right partner guide those decisions makes all the difference. I think you should give Kaplan's a try if you haven't already. Contact info is in the liner notes or reach out to me directly. But now, let's go hear Goli tell these stories. And you don't know her as that. How you all know her is Goli. And Goli is one of the principals and founders of Harmen Design. Goli, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Are we okay now?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Good.
Once we get the first laugh in,
Okay.
we're all good. So if you're unfamiliar with Harmen Design, you'll become familiar by the end of this recording. Goli is a really, she's a great designer. She's a lovely person. We've spent the last hour or so getting to know each other and removing some nerves. Would you agree?
Yes.
And we chatted last week, and we chatted at other events. So with all of my introducing and my voice now, for my voice to come to an end. So Goli, one, obviously, thanks for coming here. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for overcoming whatever you felt. And let's get started with asking you, one, where were you born? What was your childhood like? Tell us about you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I born and raised in Mashhad, Iran. It's second largest city in Iran.
Okay.
And yeah, we were. I mean, me and my sister, we were playing a lot. So,
Okay.
and then most of the time outdoors. So, and we had a we didn't have a tree house back there, but then we create a house on top of the trees because my grandparents, they own a what I don't know what they call it, but I mean a big villa, and then they had
Okay.
a lot of trees and
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah. Okay.
garden, and so we can play there and spend times.
And so from was it a situation of like, you get to climb up these trees? Are you holding onto branches, or do you have like a ladder, or like how are you getting up there?
Oh no, we just climbing
You're just climbing the tree.
up the tree. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and it was fun. And
Was your sister older than you or younger
no,
than you?
she's younger than me.
Oh, she's younger than you.
Almost 2 years younger than me.
Okay.
And
So
then
she looks
we
up to
had
you.
lots of them. Yeah.
And were you beating her up the tree? Was she always looking up to you, or were
No,
sometimes
no, no. We both can climbing
the tree?
the tree
Yeah, okay.
easily, and then she had her own tree. I had my own tree.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah. So it was very fun, and we
And
put all the dolls, everything on top of the tree, and
how
it was
tall?
a cherry tree.
How tall was it?
It wasn't that tall. Like,
Like,
yeah,
I don't know, 10 feet, 15 feet?
no more. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, yeah, 10 at least.
more.
Yeah, 10
Okay.
yeah.
So and how are you communicating? You just yelling at each other from
Yeah.
the top of the trees?
Yes. I know. It's great.
With all your dolls up in the tree?
I
So
know.
how are you getting the dolls in the tree? What
Yeah.
were you doing? Were you?
Yeah, we're holding them. Yeah, we're taking them out. It was fun. It was very fun.
Okay, so if anyone's listening, like, you ever climbed a tree before,
Yeah.
you can imagine what it would be like when you're
Yeah.
like carrying a doll and climbing a tree. Like, it's not the easiest thing. Do you still climb today?
I tried, yeah.
Rock climbing?
Yeah, a
Okay.
few years ago, and I was still able to do
You're
it.
still able to, yeah.
Yeah.
You're
So
tying back into the memory of the youth.
yeah. Now my daughter is doing this. We have an apple tree in the backyard.
Oh,
so,
yeah?
yeah, she's trying to climb it. I say,
Isn't that amazing? You go full circle on that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're climbing trees, you're playing with dolls, you got this like nice relation. Oh, it sounds like an incredible relationship with your sister. Are you
Yeah.
still close?
Yes.
Okay.
Very close.
Okay. So it's a bit of a full circle thing to you climbing trees and everything, to then watching your daughter now going climbing and rock climbing here indoors is a pretty cool thing. So like, tell me, like, given the fact that your family seemed like it was close, you talk about your grandparents having this amazing little place with your ability to go and experience with your sister and your parents. Family obviously plays a very big part in that. So what did your parents do?
Yeah, my father, he is a civil engineer.
Okay.
He's retired now.
Yeah.
But he, as I mentioned, that he built our dream, like their dream home.
Yeah.
And I used to go to the job site with him and then see the process of the building.
Yeah, construction,
taking
all that. Yeah.
shape. Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
very interesting to me. And my mom, she's a teacher. She's also retired.
Okay. What did she
And
teach?
yeah, literature.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, in high school, and yeah, so they both helped me a lot, like
Hey.
to build that confidence.
Yeah.
To
And the drive and the
yeah.
and the like the I don't know, the passion, but the direction.
Yes, the direction. Yeah, like my mom was trust my eyes a lot. So
Yeah.
like she was asking me, can you choose the furniture? Can you do this? Can like she gave me a lot of responsibilities, and I'm so grateful they gave me that opportunities because later on I was more confident on
Yeah.
what I'm doing today.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, and
I want to say this. So I think it's important to say it. So, normally I will go in and I'll ask people about like the history in school and all the rest of that. And in our talking, what Goli had alluded to is that like growing up back home was not the easiest thing for her as a woman in school. It was just not easy. And so we're gonna literally just graze right over that because it was, for what everyone could have potentially imagined of what happens, what's going on in Iran now, was very, very real for her. So we're gonna skip completely over all of that, and we're gonna start to talk about the joy of what pursuing her interest was. So let's go there, Goli. Let's talk about
Yeah.
how joyful it was to be able to
So
draw on architecture and what that was in design.
yeah. So I think at the very
Early stage of like what of university or towards getting
no
towards
no no
university or
I
what?
when I was as a child.
Yeah,
So my experience to the spaces was very different. I mean
yeah,
I was very sensitive to the spaces. And so like we visit our family a lot, like
yeah,
aunts, uncles back there, like
yeah.
I mean we visit the family all the time, every week at least once a week. And some places, some
Were they close by? Was
yeah,
family
yeah,
like
that was
ever?
very
Yeah,
close,
yeah.
10 15 minutes
Okay.
drive and maximum.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, so the different houses has different feeling. And then I refused to go to some places, although the people was very kind and
Yeah.
nice and loving, but then the space itself doesn't have, I mean, that emotion
Yeah.
that I feel comfortable. Like some spaces was very uncomfortable for me, and some spaces was very welcoming and calm. I didn't want to leave. I remember I really begged my parents, I want to stay here. And in some places I didn't want to go. And
No, Goli, we gotta go home. I don't want to leave.
yeah. So and then I didn't know anything about it that time. So I mean didn't know a word about
Other
it.
than the feeling.
Yeah, other than the feeling.
Yeah.
And then later I found out, I understood that like the space has emotion, and that, I mean, emotions, it's very connected to the human soul. So
Yeah.
and yeah, I think it was very interesting for me to learn about that. And
And
then
when was this? Like how old
I
were you?
was very young. I mean, I was maybe 6, 7,
Okay.
8.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I was young. So um yeah, later I got very interested in the subject, and I was thinking maybe yeah, I
I should pursue
yeah,
this.
yeah, I should design a room that I feel very comfortable in it. And then I had the opportunity when I was I had my first bedroom, and I could do whatever I wanted with it. So
You say your first bedroom. You had a bedroom before, but
yeah, I mean,
your
yeah,
own
sorry,
independent bedroom.
my independent bedroom. Yeah.
Sorry, sister. Love you.
Yeah.
But I would like for you to have your space, and I would like to have mine.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't need you to hear me talking in my sleep. So what did that look like for you when you then, kind of derived that this is something that you have an interest in? How did you pursue it? What did you do that allowed you to start outside of your room? Like, what did you do for yourself? Was there something that you could go learn, or like what did that look like for you? Was it did you start applying to university or to school, or
So
how did you engage with this?
yeah, so back in Iran, so we have to pass the national entrance exam
Yeah,
to get to university.
yeah,
And it's very competitive. It's not easy to get in there. My first choice was architecture. Unfortunately, I couldn't get accepted. I
yeah.
didn't get accepted in architecture. My second choice was physics, because physics was my favorite. I mean, felt in high school, and I had a good grades in physics. So, and then I accepted. Like I studied I studied physics for 4 years. Got my bachelor by I think by 2008 or 2009. Yeah, so I finished that, and
Yeah,
then I asked my parents if I can leave the country and pursue
your
yeah,
ambitions. Yeah,
my
your
mission.
interests. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a application. I mean, I got an acceptance letter from a university, Eastern Mediterranean University in Cyprus, and I
You left.
yeah,
That was
but
it.
my family supported me a lot.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I by 2010 I left the country and I started studying architecture. So
Amazing.
yeah, for 4 years I studied architecture, and it was um I mean very satisfying. And by 2014
Hold on, I need to just describe.
yeah,
In the time that you and I have been talking, there have been a few times where you have like given us like a real good hearty smile. One of them was talking about where you were climbing the trees with your sister. The other one was talking about how your grandparents had this like beautiful place, and the other one was talking about the importance of the emotion you get out of homes
Yeah.
and space.
Yeah.
The last one you just gave right now
Yeah.
was realizing that you had found something now that is able to transcend, in my view of you and our talking, that is able to transcend this release of energy in a positive way. So go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize for
Yeah.
interrupting.
Thank you. That's true.
I
Yeah.
had to describe it.
Thanks. Yeah, by 2014, then the family moved to Canada. My family, my parents and my sister.
And what was it that led them to Canada?
Like my father, he applied by 2007, I guess, but he finally
Got
like
in.
got it
Okay.
by 2014, and thankfully we still were in his file, like because we were grown up, so we
Yeah.
couldn't stay. But then, because I was continuing my education and I showed that I was a student, so they kept
They
me.
brought
Like,
you.
yeah,
And if
in his file.
yeah, so
Usually
if
they.
sorry, go ahead,
Yeah.
go ahead. If
Yeah, because usually they don't like the children if they grown up, so they can stay in parents
yeah,
files for immigration. But anyway, yeah, I was very lucky, me and my sister, both of us. And
and this was
yeah,
story what year?
2014
14.
was, yeah, 2014.
Okay.
So yeah, we landed in New Brunswick, and then so we were there for a few months.
How was New
in Florida.
Brunswick as
Yeah.
like shell shock for like
I know.
from Iran and
Yeah.
Cyprus to New Brunswick?
Brunswick.
If you're
Yeah.
listening to this and you live in New Brunswick, I apologize for the way I'm stating this.
But yeah, it was very new. The whole world was very new when I moved to Canada.
Yeah, like
Everything
you're
was very new to me.
arriving in the Maritimes.
But,
It's
yeah,
like
but
completely different from anything you've ever seen.
yeah. And then my sister decided to move to Toronto, and she actually moved first, and then my parents, they went back to Iran to do their jobs.
Yeah.
Like, so by 2015 in March, I moved to Toronto.
Okay.
And I was very lucky. So a close friend of mine introduced me to a builder in Forest Hill area, and I started working in a high end and custom homes. From like, I mean, I was super lucky.
But what were you
I'm
doing?
so grateful for her. If she's listening to me, Ghazal, I love you. She helped me a lot.
So, but what were you doing for the builder?
So I was, yeah, okay. So it was very complicated. Yeah,
we're here for it.
a lot of work I have to take care of. But like, kind of, I was coordinating the job sites.
Okay.
And then the reason I wanted to work for the builder was because I want to learn more about the construction industry in this country. Because it was totally different with what we had back in Middle East. So at the same time.
In what way? So tell people like what's different between here and there.
Oh, so back in Middle East is more concrete steel beams, and here is more, I mean,
stick framing.
Yes, no, I mean, okay, anyway,
yes,
lumber and
stick framing and steel.
Yeah. And it's very different.
Yeah.
It's, and it was a very good opportunity for me to learn more and more about this industry.
Yep.
And yeah, at the same time, I enrolled for construction management postgraduate program in George Brown College. So I was working 9 to 5, and I remember on Tuesday and Friday, I was like, it was very close. I mean, if you know, Forest is very close to George Brown College, so it was like going to school after work until 9 p.m. and also during the weekend. On Saturday I had classes.
Full day of class.
Courses all day.
So for I guess going to say this, that if you're listening to this and you're currently in school and you think that your workload is a lot being in school full time, you have to recognize that there are some people out there that could be working a lot harder than you. So
there's no shortcut for it.
Don't cut yourself short.
Yes.
Work your butt off. Okay. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah.
So
and then
so sorry. So Saturday's full day. Tuesdays and Friday.
Yeah.
Are evening courses. which means that you're working full days all the other days.
Yeah.
There's always some kind of like residual small amount of work you have to do after work, most of the time. And then you also have your course load that you're doing in the evenings around all those other days
Yeah.
and on Sunday. And at this point, I know that you're married, but are you married at this point of life?
No.
Okay, so we'll leave that for as it comes. Okay, sorry.
I was dating my husband.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
She's smiling again.
I was dating her. We were dating.
So this is a good period of life right now. Like,
Yeah.
as stressful as it is, like, you're starting to really find yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we were dating, and when I moved to Canada, so it got even harder because Cyprus was closed. Like we could see each other like every 2-3 months, but he was in Iran. So finally, in one of the visits I had, like I visit Iran to visit family and friends, and he just proposed, and then I got married in 2016. So a year after I immigrated to Canada. So
crazy.
it was very busy years.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was studying, I was working, I was getting married, so I was doing everything. But it was very good. I mean, I had a very good memory.
I mean, we're gonna get to all of this too, but like, as you're telling the story, I have a lot of admiration for what you have gone through. We're gonna get to the rest of it, but I just need to say it to you because who the hell am I? But at the same time, you're listening to this, you got to imagine, immigrating from a really tough situation, making your way here, being able to find opportunity, seize the opportunity, find a way to then fulfill this destiny of marrying your amazing husband, who I've met, and he's also equally as lovely as you are.
Thank you.
And then to ultimately, okay, let's keep going. That's why I say this podcast is legacy, because it talks about the beautiful path of life. So
I think I got married, and in 2016 and then my husband joined me by early 2017.
Okay.
And then I was still working
for the builder?
With a builder.
Before we go into how the business evolved, we're going to talk about some form of a connection between inside and outside, and reference some of the things that happened earlier and some of the things that are going to come up. Because one of the most powerful elements of any home, whether it's a renovation, a new build, or a home you've lived in for 20 years, is a connection between indoors and outdoors. It changes how we feel. It changes how we interact. It changes how we gather. Think about it. Watching your kid climb a tree, as Goli described earlier, seeing them pull fruit off of an apple tree in the backyard, or watching your partner attempt to climb a tree when maybe they're a little too old to be doing that. Those moments don't happen in isolation. They're framed by glass. They're framed by light. They're framed by the decisions we make around windows and doors. That's why working with the doors is so powerful. They don't just supply windows and doors, they help you transcend space. With brands like Schuco, Rayners, and Alaplast, they bring internationally respected systems into homes across this region and beyond. And the range is extraordinary. Fiberglass, vinyl, aluminum woodclad, solid wood, steel, full curtain walls, curved glass, custom roof-to-wall transitions. I have seen them execute details most companies wouldn't even attempt. What really sets them apart is they nail manufacture aluminum in-house, custom fabrication, precision cutting, even their own spider crane for installation. They control the process from start to finish. Owner-operated, fully integrated, deeply knowledgeable. If you're thinking about how your home connects to the world outside, this is the kind of partner you want. Head to the liner notes if you want to learn more. I'm always happy to connect you. And now, let's go back to Goli and the evolution of their business. So tell me something about that.
Yeah.
So you said that you're managing multiple.
I was coordinating job sites. I was sending like emails. Any trades didn't show up, so I was checking on like what happened. I was calling them, and check on the baseboard, crown moldings, like how many
linear feet,
whatever.
square feet.
Okay. So
and how many?
I was most of the time on sites.
How many projects were you involved with at a given time?
It was I think or 5 sometimes.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like a
yeah,
good amount of work.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But not all of them with me. So there was another project coordinator.
Yeah.
So like he was, and he was teaching me a lot, like because it was very new
Yeah.
and it wasn't really easy. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Anyway, he joined me and he came to Canada, and so I wanted to introduce him to my boss, like the one that I was
What?
working with
We
him.
haven't said your husband's name.
Oh, you didn't.
No, I didn't
I
say his
didn't.
name.
So Kia
Yeah.
Kazamian, yeah.
Yeah.
So they got married, and then he came
Yeah.
to Canada in
Yeah,
2017. I went to the office I was working in, and introduce him to my boss, and then also I was asking him if like he's looking for a job.
Yeah.
And anyway, he told me, okay, you both can start on Monday. He gave him a job, but after a few weeks he came to me, and so we were working together in the same firm for a few weeks. But then after 3 weeks he came to me and said, oh, sorry, I can't afford both of you, one of you need to leave. And said, oh, okay. Yeah. And since I had the Canadian experience, I gained that, and I could just with Canadian experience I could
Yeah, just
apply
move
for
to another
another. Yeah.
job. Yeah.
um I I left the company, and
And
yeah, I and
you sacrificed yourself so
yes,
that he could keep the job.
yeah, but work.
Kia,
Yeah, I know.
no.
But yeah, I'm so grateful still to the builder, like give us that opportunity to
Opportunity, yeah,
work
for sure.
with him. But anyway, I left the company, and then after 1 or 2 months, I found another job, and um I kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but I like a healthcare hospital kind
Yeah.
of design company kind of.
Okay.
So they were basically I was estimator there, and we basically designed the different rooms in hospital, and the location of the receptacles, and I mean all the outlets
Yeah.
needed for that specific room. And it was, I mean, designing and then preparing the estimate. It was a lot of job, and plus I had to go through all the building code because they had project in Ohio, like different places in US. And I was studying building code here, but now I had to study building code for different cities. Anyway, so it wasn't easy, but
And
I was.
this is before AI exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, go
It
ahead.
was 2017. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, and yeah, it wasn't my passion, but I was very good at it. I mean, even my manager was like asking me, please don't leave, or like after a few months checking on me, like, do you want to come back? I said, I'm so sorry, but this is not, I mean, something I want to stay in. um, but yeah, it was very great experience. And yeah, after that, Kia and I, we both after, like in during in the evening or during the weekends, we were working on a small design project
For a client?
no, like we put an ad and then say design, interior design services kind of thing, something like that. And then
And where was the ad?
we were,
In magazine, online,
I mean,
where?
online.
Okay.
And so then we receive, like we were working on very small projects, provide like drafting, drawings, 3D renderings, those kind of things. And
Yeah.
then finally, one of the project was a design of a small cafeteria and a very big building, and it was a catering company. But the person who reached us, it was a like individual. I didn't know it's a big company. I didn't know anything about it at the time I accepted the jobs. But so I was thinking, okay, it's gonna be a small project. But anyway, when it comes to like for the payments, he asked me for the invoice, and then we were just doing this as something like small after
What do I do?
hours.
How do I
And,
invoice?
and then okay, just to cash out that small money. Yeah, the I mean registration of the Harmen Design was not really intentionally at the beginning. I should admit that, yeah. But yeah, so we.
So what did you do? So what did you? Okay, so he asked you for
Yeah.
your invoice.
Yeah.
Had you registered your business?
No, we just did it
And
to get the
to be able to issue the
yeah,
invoice.
exactly. Yeah.
And so you like when you became incorporated,
Yeah.
were you in shock of like what just happened?
So we started with sole partnership with those kind of
Yeah.
things, and then after a few months, so we got more projects, and
How did you
still
get?
small projects, but
How were you getting them from the same ads?
I mean, yeah, one also referral. And then the biggest project that we got was through a builder friend. So he was building investment property for a client of his, but he asked us so if we can provide the interior design. I mean, package for the house, and we had to study the neighborhood, go through some case studies, and see because it was an investment project, so it wasn't really I mean, specific project
Mm-hmm.
to, to the people living
Yeah,
there,
yeah, yeah.
but still we need to learn about the neighborhood and yeah, everything related to
And
designing.
what were you interested in? Were you interested in the idea of a specific type of design, or were you simply interested in trying to understand like what is a client looking for? And I don't actually have an agenda for my design. I want to learn from them because there are some people that like to design in a certain way, and there are others that are definitely more eclectic. So, what was it for you that you were looking for? I mean, one obviously would be to let's go get a client, but when you were trying to find the right type of project, was it anything to do with aesthetic, or is it just based on who the people were and what the project like to get the project?
Um,
Were you looking at like I hope that we can get something that's contemporary, or I hope we get something that's more like neoclassical, or I really want to do like a modern space.
no,
You
we
just wanted a project.
oh no,
What would you want?
we usually ask the client what they want,
Yeah.
but then we ask them again why they want it.
Okay.
So and then we go through many like back and forth and discovery session to exactly know what exactly they want. Because
Yeah.
sometimes, don't get me wrong, I don't want to say they don't know, but sometimes they
Oh, they don't.
confused.
Yeah,
I
of
mean, they
course.
confused. They don't know somehow. But anyway,
That's not a knock, by the
yeah,
way.
but
People don't know what they don't
yeah,
know.
they don't know. And so they show a transitional house and then ask for modern. So like that's why we
It's
need to do that
typical.
discovery sessions
Yeah.
and sit with them and make sure that we understand them and we listen a lot. And we usually even sometimes I ask them to if even a mug you every day drinking in it. So you send me the picture of that. I just want to see like what is your
Aesthetic.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
aesthetic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
And so how many projects were you able to acquire after 1 year of being incorporated? And what were the different scales of the projects?
So the first full house was that investment
Yeah.
property, which wasn't really like, I mean, it wasn't very custom homes
Yeah.
because it was still an investment project.
Yeah.
But then after that, first 2 years was really hard. Like 2018 to 2020 was not really easy to get the job. Like we had a small project like kitchen remodel, basement finish.
Yeah.
I mean, wall units design or bathroom design. By the time to 2020, so it started picking up, but then the COVID hit again. So again, for a few months, so we were, I mean, a little pause in
Yeah.
that moment. But
Yeah.
in 2021, I would say, okay, again, it's pick up, and it happened when also I was giving birth to my daughter. So and I remember one project, in one of the projects, the client asked me because I was fully pregnant and then they were signing the agreement. And they were asking me to write down, you're not going to maternity leave or you will be available or whatever. And I had to put it in my agreement. So Goli will say till the end of the project. And I had only 2 weeks maternity leave.
Crazy.
And then yeah, and I didn't get any beneficial things from the government. I asked them, say, you no, you self-employed, we don't, and I couldn't get anything. And yeah, I got back to work, but just right before I gave birth to my daughter, so I hired the first employee. So Q and I interview many people, but just 3 days before the delivery, I think I found the right person. And in the hospital, I remember we sent the job offer to her, and she's still with us, and I'm so grateful for her. Her name is Stephanie, and she's in vacation right now. She's in Vietnam, so I hope you're enjoying. Anyway, yeah. So, and after that, the year after, so we hired another designer,
Yeah.
add one more employee to our team,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Is
Right
this like, oh, by
now,
the way, I mean, you have to appreciate what you're saying right now. I really hope you are. Because, again, anyone that's listened and me sitting across from you now, I grew up here. I never had to deal with anything you had to deal with in your life. Never. And so, for the simple fact that you could go through all the things you go through to come here and then become a sole proprietor and then incorporate and then start to hire employees, and now you get to give other people the opportunity to work as an immigrant to the country is an incredible success story.
thank you.
Really an incredible success story.
Thank you.
Um, so, and I say all of this, if you're listening to this, I mean, I really like from the bottom of my heart, got to tell you, like, it's a beautiful thing. This is one of the main reasons why I want to have you on here. Okay. Forget all about your design, but it is simply the fact that the narrative of your life is the dream that people have in this world. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Speechless. Yeah.
so,
Don't know what to say.
yeah. Well, so the two of us can have a little bit of emotion, right? Maybe we'll share. Maybe we'll share a tear right now. I don't know. I'll say it with some tear in my eye. Before we started recording, we were exchanging stories of what our life was like, slightly for yourself, and I explained what it was like for my grandfather growing up. And the life of an immigrant in a new country is not an easy life, and the life of what you can come from can be even worse. So, for you listening to out there to know that if you grew up here, we had it real good, and we continue to, despite the fact that there can be a lot of political strife in what you feel about a country and where you are. But for those that come here and get to appreciate the opportunity that exists, despite the fact that you don't get to go on a full maternity leave, you do get to start your own business and you get to have all of those things, and you put in your work and your effort, and it is a glorious thing to be able to share. Because anyone that's met Goli can know that, like, she carries a great smile on her face and she's got an amazing attitude.
Thank you.
And the success that you have with your business is rooted in your ability to be able to persevere. So,
yeah,
just gotta say it. I want you to know that.
thank you.
Okay.
No, really.
So. Okay.
Yeah, no, really, it wasn't easy. I mean,
and it still isn't.
And still isn't.
Right.
I mean, to
You're a business
come
owner.
to this podcast, you know how hard it was for me. Like
I do know how hard it was for you.
I was calling you and asking maybe I shouldn't be here. Maybe I can't keep up with the podcast. Maybe I can't. Speak.
Yeah.
Properly, because it's my second language, and I'm like still struggling with it every day. And my daughter now fixing us. Oh my God! So she's only 5, and I was like, oh, Mom, I'm more Canadian. I said, excuse me, why? Oh, yeah, because you born here. I said, no, because I speak better English than you. I said, oh, Mommy, you shouldn't tell me.
Kids always putting us in our place.
You can cut this.
I'm not cutting any of that.
No,
That's too. That stuff is too good. Are you kidding me? No, you're right. This part stays in. This is too good. So okay. So let's get to really, like, some of the joy of what that is now, because you talk about 2021. You have your kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, like, the recognition of now being a parent. Now I get it. Well, actually, it's not true. Yeah. I can say that I get it. I have no idea. I've never given birth. Yeah. So, and I've never had to go on maternity leave, while also running a business. But you're in the middle of COVID. So your business is a couple years old, barely. You've got projects, you've got referrals. So what's it like now? And you brought in your first staff, right? So now you feel this, like, as an entrepreneur, you feel the burden of, like, the weight of what's in front of you. So how were you sourcing those projects in 2021? Like, what were you doing?
Yeah, as I said, like in the first 2 years wasn't easy. So uh, thanks to social media, so thanks to Instagram,
Yeah.
so we were able to showcase some of our works. And
Oh,
because when you immigrant, and then we were very new in the country, so it was only 3 years in the country, and you don't have no respect, no credit, no. Honestly, I mean, everything was very limited. So the only way we could express ourselves or show our works
mm-hmm.
and yeah, and get more projects was to just share on social media and Instagram. And I'm so grateful for that. I mean, that was an opportunity, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
change
So
the trajectory of the
yeah,
business.
because without that, like we couldn't be recognized, right? So we didn't have any family member here. Like after we moved here, Kia's brother and sisters came here. My parents was here anyway. Like the whole family came, but before that, nobody was here, so we didn't have any family member in this country. So to connect us with different people here, so the network was very limited.
Right.
It was so hard to find projects and
Yeah.
get job.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm so
So what did it
thankful
look
for
like?
it.
So you had your kid, and then what were some of the first projects you got after having your daughter?
Oh yeah, it was not easy, but I had the employee, so she was working
Yeah.
full time
Yeah.
in the office, and Kia was also out there. And it was COVID, so most of the time I was like we were at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't normal, but because we were at home most of the time, and then we had to, I mean, go through the Zoom,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then we were shipping the materials to the clients. I remember in the
Are you using
box.
couriers?
Yes,
Yeah.
careers to. Oh my God. Anyway, it was not
It was
normal. It
wild.
was, yeah, it was wild. Yeah. It was.
And were you getting at that point? Were you getting now renovation projects? Were you getting more custom homes? Like what?
Oh
And
no, we get the custom homes,
okay.
yeah, and brand new and renovations.
Yeah.
But then we start just getting the full project, not just the small like kitchen or bathroom
Yeah.
renovation.
And
Um,
so can I ask you from that standpoint, how did it feel? Forget the other job that was for the developer because it's different.
yeah,
But the first time you got like a really full scale project,
for a client.
yeah, did you like pinch yourself or you couldn't believe like we've done it?
Oh yeah, I think yeah. I knew I'm gonna
You're
do
gonna do
that, and
it.
yeah, I can do it. So and it was I mean the clients, they were very happy, they're still very happy, like we still every year get back to some of the clients
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, see if everything is okay.
And
So
what does the practice look like now? How many people? Actually, what's the most you've had working in the? What's the most number of people you've had working at the office?
a 7.
You've had up to 7 people.
Yeah, now we are 6
Okay.
though. So we yeah, it's Kia and I, and we have a design coordinator,
Yeah.
we have a designer, and then we have one design technician. We had
Okay.
2 design technicians,
Yeah.
but now we have only one,
Yeah.
and we have a part-time bookkeeper. She's coming few days a week, and
Okay.
yeah, we are a team of 6 now.
And what's the typical average you would have of projects, and what's the variety of the project?
Average in terms of how
Like how
many?
many?
So
Yeah, how
it's
many would
15
you?
to 20. We
Fi-
juggling, yeah, but
15 to
it's
20
yeah,
projects,
in different stages.
different stages. Yeah.
Different stages, yeah. Yeah, some waiting for the permits, some of them like we are in design process.
Yeah.
Like usually we are in design process for 4 or 5,
Okay.
and then the rest is in execution. It's
Wow.
not like some ongoing, some execution,
Yeah.
and yeah, like
So
that.
that's a lot. That's a lot of projects.
A lot of projects.
Yeah.
We work, yeah, maybe 14 hours a day sometimes.
Oh, really? You're telling me that like owners can work hard,
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people think that owners don't work hard. A lot of people think owners take home
No.
all the money, but they don't work.
No.
Actually, work. Yeah.
I wake up every day at 5:30,
Yeah.
and
And then.
yeah, and then I go to the I go to gym, but I mean, I go spinning. I do spinning at
Okay.
least twice a week, and then 2 days I do yoga, and
Yeah.
then I had a personal trainer for the rest 2 days of the week. So,
Okay.
but she
So
just
so
gave a birth, so I
but
don't have her
fitness.
like fit. Yeah,
Fitness is a huge way of starting the day.
yeah, yeah.
Guess
And
what?
then by the time Yara, my daughter, is waking up, so I'm back home. So she even don't notice that I wasn't
Yeah.
out. So in the
And
morning, and then I need to get her
yeah,
ready
lunch
and take her
and
to
yeah, to school.
to
We have
school.
the same
Yeah,
routine.
I
I
know.
wake up the same time.
I know.
I wake.
And it's good, right?
It's oh,
I
I
mean,
mean, it's the best.
yeah, it's the
You
best.
wake up, the day is yours.
Yes.
Work hasn't started yet.
Yeah.
You own the time. It's for you. It's not for family. Just for you.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's the best way to start the day.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay. And then you're at the office and you're dealing with all the things that need to be done for your office. And what does the end of the day look like? Do you get to come home and you can have dinner with family, or do you have client meetings, or do you have like what does that look like?
Yeah, sometimes we have to stay, one of us at least, in the office.
Yeah.
Like today, even today, I'm doing this podcast.
Yeah.
So at 6 p.m. we have a meeting with a potential client.
Okay.
So probably Kia will take care of that.
Okay.
Hopefully, yeah. But like, let's say maybe once a week we have evening like that. But most of the time we finish at 5.
Okay.
But in the weekend we don't work, so we
At all.
no. And I mean,
I mean,
we used to. Honestly, I was doing all the shoppings with clients, like tiles, showrooms, like faucet. I mean, everything, like everything related to shopping with clients. Sometimes I was doing 3 years ago. I'm not doing it anymore.
because
I just send the list. Yeah,
you have a daughter.
I know.
You
Yeah,
want to spend some
yeah,
time with your daughter.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
These years are fleeting.
Mm-hmm.
They disappear.
Yeah. And since you start JK,
Yeah.
because you just started in September,
Yeah.
so I I just had to pick her up at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
So after 3, like I take her to the different classes,
Yeah.
swimming, I mean gymnastic, and then I continue
With your
working
laptop.
with my laptop on my lap. Yeah, yeah, and it's fine. It's fun.
It's a world I know.
Yeah, I know.
And how have you found? Because you've also dealt with some interesting things. I mean, there's been fluctuation in the market. You started your business during like a real peak in renovation and custom home building, and now in the last couple of years, it's definitely fallen off a little bit in terms of like the amount of projects that are out there. So, do you feel now like you're in a good place? You've got the right team. You know what type of projects you're looking for. You've got a good referral network. Like, do you feel good now with where you're at with your business?
I think we are at that point that like we receive good referral
Yeah.
from our previous clients or the builder that we had the opportunity to work with them.
Yeah.
So and I felt secure and confident.
It's a beautiful place
Yeah,
to be,
it
right?
is. It is. No, honestly.
And
I'm grateful
what
for
would
it.
you like to do with the business? Would you like to maintain the way it is now in terms of size and scale of projects, or do you want more? Do you want less? Like what is it that you're looking for the business as you go forward?
Um, so we wanted to do more architecture
Yeah.
in the future,
Yeah.
and then the reason I wanted to get more architecture project because I feel I mean the connection between these two disciplines are, I mean, they got lost.
Yeah.
And it started like let's say as far as I know, up until 1950s, all the good designers and interior designers, they were very famous architects. Like this two, they were like architect.
Yeah.
They were doing everything.
They were same person.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were same person. Like
Yeah.
Le Corbusier, like Miss Van Rohe. Like they were even designing the furniture, like
Right.
the custom homes the
Yeah.
designers nowadays doing. But then I mean architecture like the interior design is continuation of architecture. And unless you should have a very good relationship with the architect and brought to the project at the very earliest stage of the project to create that masterpiece, or you do it like everything yourself.
Yeah, you're
I mean,
controlling the
and
whole
it happened,
design.
and I saw this in North America. It's very disconnected, like architecture, and like architects, they go just for zoning, a structure, mostly a scales. And I mean, I'm sorry if I'm saying something wrong here,
I
but
don't
that's
know.
my
That's your experience
understanding,
so
my
far.
experience so far.
Yeah.
But then interior design is more like interior architecture, millworks, and furniture and finishes
Yeah.
of the interiors.
Yeah.
But then in Europe, is like many countries are still in Europe. It's very integrated. It's like architecture and interior design. They're still same firm take care of everything.
Right.
I mean, the space planning and then the material section, everything's happening.
Well, the education
I
in
mean,
Europe is also different. Like,
yeah.
there's an element of I believe of urban planning that goes into the study of architecture as well when you're overseas, differently than the way it is here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it wasn't like that before. And I think it's still, if we wanted to be separated, we better have the skill of communication, and then like just sit together on the meetings and
Yes.
then discuss, because it's important, because most of the elements already they made the decisions on them, like the window placement, the location of the interior walls, ceiling height, natural lights, the flow, everything. These are like it's very related, these two together.
Right.
And then I think, yeah, that's why we wanted to
Do more of it.
do more of architecture
Yeah.
as well, because we did a few projects. I mean, maybe 6 projects so far. We did everything. So we did the architecture, we got a permit, and then we did the interior design at the end. Yeah, what I wanted to say, just yeah, interior design shouldn't be a layer added later to the building.
Yeah.
It should be,
Considered
yeah,
earlier.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah. And so if you had your choice, okay,
Yeah.
and you could pick anywhere in the world to be able to design a custom home, the interiors, the landscape, all of it, is there a specific place that you could think of that you would love to be able to design for?
I guess I want to design, yeah, a vacation home in Cyprus. I studied 4 years
Yeah.
and that island, and I still like
Love it.
dreaming. I love it. Yeah, yeah, and it's
Cyprus.
beautiful houses there. So and great opportunities. I mean, beautiful views.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's beautiful. Mediterranean Sea is
Yeah.
my favorite.
So if you're listening to this and you're contemplating building a home in Cyprus as a vacation home, perhaps you reach out to Harmen Design and maybe you get your vacation home, which is your dream, and she gets to fulfill hers.
Yeah, yeah. Please reach me.
Are there any places that you've seen over the course of your travels in the world that have really stuck out to you as being like something that has given you a sense of satisfaction having experienced? And I say that, like, whether if you've been to Europe and you've seen some of the outstanding architecture there that has resonated with you, or somewhere in North America, some of the places that you might have visited over the years, is there something that you've seen that has really stuck with you?
I guess, yeah, Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I visit not too many cities, but I love Florence. I can walk in the city like for a whole day.
Put on your walking
Yeah,
shoes and just go.
yeah. It's like I enjoy it a lot. So yeah, I mean, I think mostly Italy. Like
Italy.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And lastly, I want to ask you, and you've kind of alluded to some of it. So the things that you like to do for yourself when you're trying to decompress from work and forget about stress and all of that, what is it that you're doing for yourself that allows you to do that? Is it that 5 a.m. time, or is there other stuff too?
I think that 5 a.m. time is the only time I have for myself. But yeah, that's I don't do much more than that. Honestly,
Okay.
that just going to gym and do my workout. It's
Yeah.
the only me time I have during the day
Yeah.
because yeah, I'm busy with life and business
Yeah.
and
Um, I have to say, Goli, I really appreciate you taking the time to have done this. I know that this was really, really challenging.
you know.
Managing the emotion and what you felt about whether or not you'd be able to communicate what you wanted to communicate in this. And I think you've done an excellent job with it.
Thank
As
you.
challenging as it you might have felt that it was, I think that the message that you've put out there to everybody is very clear, and the ability that you have to continue to persevere through challenges in your life is exceptional. Your drive is unmatched. And I wish you nothing but continued success with your business. And I truly hope that someone out there is listening to this that wants to design a vacation home in Cyprus, and they call you.
Yeah. Me too. Yes.
So thank you for doing
Thank
this.
you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.